Welcome back to the channel, lads and ladies, and welcome to a video on how I make videos. So I've made videos like this in the past, but my programs have changed that I'm using, and I've learned a few things, so I just wanted to share those with you today. I have the flu, and I definitely don't want to share that, so step back from the speakers a bit. Excuse me. And this is just going to be a nice casual look at how the magic happens. How do I get these fantastically high quality videos that I've been putting out? Well, I will show you to the best of my ability. So first, I go into my recording folder. There's two places where I record videos. There's my videos folder where OBS dumps everything. And there's my War Thunder videos folder where Shadowplay dumps videos, and this is raw video footage, and I'll look through these and decide what I want to make a video on if I haven't already decided. And I have a few choices here, so make your selection in the comments below. We've got we've got me, Schnarfing Schnot. We have a what is this? I think this is the Lag 334 is what this is called. It's the one with the 37mm high velocity cannon. At least it's the Russian 37, the one that's much more accurate than the American 37. And as you can see, it is capable of punching through the roof armor of tanks, and that's sort of its shtick. It was an event vehicle back in the day that I never really got access to. Kind of wondering why. I think that was a Grizzly, so it didn't punch through the armor all that well. Or sorry, a Ram. That'd be the Ram Mark II, I think. Excuse me. So yep, there he is, little Rammy boy. So there's a possibility we could watch some of that. Don't have a ton of footage on that plane, and then you can hear that there's some background noise in this one from a video that I was watching, so I would have to edit that out. This ended up being a pretty interesting battle as well. What else do we have? I know I have some helicopter footage. Could this be it? Yeah, I think eventually we get into the helicopter stuff. That was a just gross battle. My allied teams have really been doing, or American teams have really been doing poorly at about 8.0, 9.0 lately. Excuse me again. So this is some helicopter gameplay, and I think I'll make a video on this one. So let's queue this up in the Sony Vegas. So I've been using Sony Vegas, I think it's 14, yeah, Sony Vegas Pro 14.0, and I like it. You can definitely do a great amount of things with it, and it's worked out well for me. I'm starting to learn the ropes of Sony Vegas Pro, but I'm definitely not finished learning all kinds of things about it. So let's go ahead and drop our raw video into there. Put it to the end of the timeline. Click on the screw off Vegas ads. I paid for this thing, and they give me this news every. Hurry up! Close before you load. Get out of here. Only $250 for the new Sony Vegas. How about shut your mouth? I paid like $20 for this when it went on sale. So yeah. Sony Vegas does go on sale and become affordable. I promise. Okay. So we'll start her off here. We'll set the start point. And I have a few things set up already here. I have snapping. So this makes things jump to a certain position more easily. It just helps you line things up the way you probably want to line them up. We have crossfades turned off. We have auto ripple, which is what you just saw happen when we set the start point of the video. It cuts it and then it automatically moves it back to the start of the timeline or the end of the last clip. So that saves me a little bit of time. That does her on that clip. Fade this one out. Grab the end of the video section, drag it back. You can see how many seconds, 2.21. Let's give it a 3-second fade out and a 2-second fade in. Let's take a look at that. That'll do. Actually, since this already has a fade in, let's start it here. That should work. Let's take a look at that. Fade out. Quick fade in. Okay, we can do that. Okay, 3 seconds fade out, 2 seconds fade in. And then what do we see here? Going back into position. Okay, that's stuff we can talk about later. So there, does this take us to the end of the... Yeah, okay, it takes us to where we die in the helicopter. So we've set up our video clips. Now we need to insert audio track, and then prime for recording, or arm for recording. This is where you're going to select where the base audio file for your recording is going. It's going in documents. I don't care. I never open it up through there. So here you can see that it's registering my voice. It's ready to record. So we'll go ahead and... What's this? 8 minutes? 8.5 minutes? You guys can sit with me while I record this, right? You guys are cool? Okay, let's do this. So, we'll hit the record button, and then we'll jump right in with our intro. Welcome back to the channel, lads and ladies, and today we're going to talk about helicopters. Okay, so you can see that I rambled on for quite a while after the main clip finished, so we're going to need some more video or something to fill that gap. And I could take clips from the main video here, and I think I'll start by doing that. So let's go to the start. Let's just grab some attack runs here. We'll hit S to split. We need to select the video. Hit S to split. And we'll split it there. And there. Split. Select. Control C to copy. But I could see this. Okay, that's how that works. So we'll give her a fade out. And Control V to paste. There's the end of our audio. So there's where our little snapping works. See how it jumped to the end of the audio there? We'll put the endpoint there. We'll fade this out. And we will go from there. So let's listen to what we have so far. And today we're going to talk about helicopters. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Radar-guided. Helicopters are often a sitting duck at around the helicopter 2 kilometers range to even non-radar guided AA. What's our speaker volume? So that's gonna be an issue for you about half the time. Rocket-based helicopters. So we're checking the audio make your attack right now. You can see the enemy. Let's get to where I'm shooting some rockets. See what that sounds like. It's on target. You can see us now acquiring a target and already getting hits. Audio balancing is really important when it comes to these videos. It's one of my pet peeves when somebody does not balance audio well. It can really ruin a good video. And Fly Daily is one of those people that's notorious for, in my opinion at least, for having way too loud of commentary because he just talks really loud, and then he'll have like the in-game audio or the music or whatever not balanced, and so you like turn it up to listen to something, and then he's like, "Hey guys!" So anyway, I try to do well, but I still make videos where the audio balancing is terrible. So you just adjust the levels over here. You can see here's the volume slider for the in-game audio, or the video track 1 audio, and then here's the volume. We can move that up or down for my commentary. Let's check some of the times where my commentary is a little more quiet, see how that balances. It's been a painful experience, but it's been a lot of fun because it's all new things. Okay, that worked out pretty well. Now, let's go ahead and open this. And so we right click on our commentary, open in audio editor. Now I've already set up in my preferences for Sony Vegas to use Audacity as the audio editor, so you have to set that up in your preferences. But now we've launched Audacity and our file is loading up in our audio editing software. We're using Control 1 to zoom in on the waveform, and here we can go to the end. That's dead air, so I'm not saying anything here. I'm going to select it, and I'm going to go Effect, Noise Reduction. This is the best thing about Audacity, is noise reduction. Get Noise Profile. Deselect, go Effect, Noise Reduction again, and I've already set it up to reduce by 32 decibels at a sensitivity of 4.5 on 3 smoothing bands. And what does that do for me? It does this. So it's going to process this, and you see how it's fuzzy here where I'm not saying anything. There's this background noise. It's going to filter out, it's going to reduce the volume of all of that background noise automatically. So it goes through all the gaps in my speaking and gets rid of the sound of the fridge in the background. So, learning this some more. I'm not going to lie, it's been a painful experience. It does make my voice a little bit tinny as well. So that's a thing. And now if you look at my timeline here, or the waveforms, these are really high, they're peaking out, and then these are pretty low. You can go along your entire timeline and even those things out, and I'll show you how I do that, but I'm not really going to worry about it too much. So first you want to hit the peaks. So you find all the high points, you select, and then you go Effect, and I like to use Normalize. You can also use Amplify to de-amplify something, but Normalize sort of evens things out. Let's drop them by 8 decibels. So Normalize maximum amplitude to -8. And okay. There we go. See how it dropped that down? Now let's go to this one, this high point, and do the same thing. Effect, Normalize. Let's go here. Normalize. I wish there was like a hot key for normalize. Is there? I don't know. I don't know enough about Audacity. I would love to learn more. Normalize, and we just go through here, bumping down the high points first, and then we'll raise up the low points with an amplify. So Effect, Normalize. It's easy to amplify, it's much more tricky to normalize your high points. So just every time we're getting pretty loud here, we're bumping that down a little bit. We don't have a lot of clipping in this one, so I won't show you how to fix that. There are some good tutorials and there are some bad tutorials on how to fix clipping in Audacity. So read the comments to see if people are saying you're not doing it right, because sometimes that's true. But if you want to fix clipping, you have to bump down the volume of where it's going up over maxing out, and you can do that with normalize. And then you just use a tool called Effect Clip Fix. And when you're clip fixing, you want to make sure this is set to less than 100%. So any amount, 83, that's fine. That should fix clipping. It just smooths things out, because when it clips, it becomes a square waveform, and that doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound smooth or natural or real. And Clip Fix fixes that. And we're just chugging our way through here. This is one of the more time-consuming processes in making a video for me, and this is going to be a pretty quick video. So generally, it takes about an hour plus editing time, plus about 2 times the length of the final video to make a video. So for what we're doing, normalize. For a 15-minute video, it probably takes me about 2 hours or 3 hours, depending upon how much editing I do, to make the video. So you're welcome. And that's not counting, you know, the time it takes to get the raw video file from the game. That tends to be quite the variable amount of time as well. So now you know. Definitely this is a passion project for me. And did I mention that all of this is free? I don't monetize any of my videos. If you ever see ads on my videos, and I'm talking right now, as of the making of this video, I don't monetize anything. That could change. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I think it's entirely appropriate for someone to make money off of the work that they do. And I think that YouTube has a pretty effective system of giving you something for the videos that people watch. It's not the best, but you gotta admit, it's pretty simple to get access to. So I'm just glad that YouTube is out there to share things for free with other people. I think that's pretty neat. So many things you have to pay for these days. It's nice that you can watch YouTube videos for free. So notice how I'm not hitting these low points with the normalize. If I normalize a high and a low point, it evens them out, and it actually de-amplifies some of the low points. So I don't want to do that. I just want to hit the highs here with this normalize. I just want to hit the highs with the normalize. Alright. Now we'll make sure we haven't selected anything. And we'll go Effect, Amplify. We're going to amplify the whole track. And we can only amplify by that much before we get some clipping. But let's go ahead and give her that much, allow clipping, and see what happens. A little bit of clipping is okay. And just at a quick look here, it looks like we don't have too bad clipping. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, that's a decent looking waveform. I was definitely not using the best volume control in my own voice when I was making this one. So let's go ahead and export audio. Yeah, track 319, that's the name of our track. Okay. Now we'll go back into Vegas. This is going to take a few seconds to save, so we won't be able to work with it yet. Let's go to Vegas. We'll delete our original commentary track. Now it looks like Audacity's done saving, So we'll open up, where was that saved? Downloads. And track 319. Toshio, what's the Pershing movie? It's a dead project. Don't worry about it. So let's listen. Welcome back to the channel, lads and ladies, and today we're going to talk about helicopters. Okay, that sounds pretty good, but I don't love the sound of my voice in that one. It's a little bit tinny, and that's because of the noise reduction sweep that we went over with it. So let's put some background music to this one. I don't always do background music, but I'd like to use it sometimes. And lately I've been grabbing a lot of my background audio off of YouTube. So I'll just go to YouTube, find something I like, and put it in there. So let's think. I'm thinking of something, and it starts with a B. So let's go to YouTube. And we'll use YouTube Video Downloader to download a YouTube video. And then we'll insert it into our own, and we'll credit it in our credits. So let's open up my credits here, and you can see I have some things to do here. And then I have a music credit. I have today's replay sent in by, it was part of my template. I don't need that, this is not a replay video, but feel free to send me your epic WPR file. WRPL file. So let's battle tanks N64 soundtrack. And otherwise I would just go to the individual song, hit share, and then copy the link here, because as you can see it's a lot simpler of a link, but whatever. We're going to use several of the songs here. I've downloaded a widget for, what is this, Firefox, called YouTube Video Downloader, so I'm able to do this right here, and we're going to grab this one at 360p. That's fine, the audio track is the same either way. And then let's also get the intro. Actually, not the intro. Okay, alright. What year is it? Sorry, I had to go. Tank Baby had to go. There was a lot of wiping going on there. Okay, so we have our audio. We have our first, yes, we have our first music. So go ahead and drop that in there. We'll have to balance that. Looks like it's a fairly nice looking waveform though. A lot of music is a little bit too loud. So what do we have here? San Francisco Breakout. Okay, Arizona Truck Stop. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, we'll download that. Yes, I show my love through chocolate. So you can see that Sony Vegas makes a little file alongside whatever you drop in. That's like a reference file for Vegas. That's how I know when I've used something already, and then I know that I can delete it after I've made my final video. And then we'll have one more. So listen, and then we're done. And we'll show that for just a little bit. Give a little fade out to our video. So we'll set the endpoint there. And we can fade out the video with this slider and the audio with this slider. So let's do that. Let's give it a nice gradual fade. Same with the video. Okay. Let's have a listen, shall we? Ladies, welcome back to the channel, lads and ladies, and today we're going to talk about helicopters. I know, yet another. Okay, so we turned down the volume on the music. Let's listen again. Welcome back to the channel, lads and ladies. Sounds good. Okay, and then we just kind of look over it. This track is a little bit louder. Let's listen in. 76 rockets. That should do. So we'll go File, Render As, and then we can title this whatever because it'll go up on YouTube with a different. We can give it a different title. So, thing today. There we go. There's our very creative title. And then we want MP4 format, so we go Sony AVC, MVC, MP4. And then I have... Why does it never save my preset? So we go Internet 1920 by 1080, Customize. And the only thing we need to change is the frame rate. So it's at 30. We want it to go at double NTSC, almost 60 frames per second. Okay, and now we're going to render this, and it's going to take a lot of time. So that is how I make my videos. The only other thing you need to know about is how to make a thumbnail, and I cover that in another video, so that hasn't really changed. Anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.